So tell us about citrus peel and green tea.
This was just really cool. So when the pandemic was first starting, I thought, gosh, there must be a way to empower people to understand that we have the machinery within us to get better. And as I was researching that, I found all of these things called molecular docking studies. So let me just explain that really quick because I have a prop. When somebody coughs on us, let's say, and even though we're wearing our mask, maybe we breathed in some of the virus actually needs to attach to the cells in our body. And it does that through a little docking receptor. Okay. So let's just say this is our little virus and it's coming in and it docks. And then it's like pushing an elevator button. Push the elevator button, oop, come into the cell. And then it starts the process of infection. Well, molecular docking studies are saying, what else fits in this so we can block it so the virus can't hit that elevator button? And these are studies that are used widely in the pharmaceutical industry to find new drugs that will get us what we want. Well, it turns out when you use those same research studies on vegetables, we can find ingredients in vegetables that also block that same elevator button. And it turns out there are ingredients in citrus and citrus peel called hesperidin that binds that very well. So then the virus can't get in. Things like quercetin found in onions and apples and honey does the same thing. And actually a component of green tea also does the same thing. So even though a lot of what we hear is looking for a good drug to help with COVID, and smart people are working on that, we want to use what nature has given us already, nature's medicine. And these molecular docking studies, while they don't prove that green tea are going to be, keeping you from getting COVID, these are foods that we know are just good for other things. We want to still, even in a pandemic, keep heart disease away and strokes away and cancer away and dementia away. And these are all the same foods that also help the immune system. And now we know maybe antiviral as well.
How do you incorporate green tea and citrus peel into your daily diet? And should everyone do so? I mean, in terms of seeing your patients, is this something you recommend to them?
I do. I mean, green tea is wonderfully anti-inflammatory, and there's so much research on heart health, brain health, anti-cancer. So I actually have my sort of green tea cup this morning, and I recommend it to anyone who's not sensitive to caffeine. In my morning juice, I don't typically recommend juice, but some days I start with a little bit of, celery and lemon juice, and I will throw in the whole lemon. So some of that hesperidin from the peel is getting into the juice as well. And certainly when I do a smoothie, I will do that. And, sometimes people will garnish their foods with a little lemon zest. I just encourage people to be a little bit more liberal with the lemon zest.
Now, I had never heard of vitamin P until I heard you mention it. Will you tell us what it is and where we find it and why it's good?
Right. So vitamin P was basically the original name that scientists gave to this mysterious thing in foods that they knew was really, really good for you, but they couldn't just quite figure out what it was. Now, with more science, of course, vitamin P turns out to be a whole category of ingredients in food called bioflavonoids. So these are the ingredients in food that give it color and flavor and really is the medicinal part of these colorful foods. So bioflavonoids are things like the quercetin that I already mentioned in these wonderful food products that serve as anti-inflammatory, but also possibly antiviral.